Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching, and today with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2022, we're going to talk about a training session for individual defending. Now, I got a lot of my ideas for this book, for these drills from this book, Individual Defending. I think it's a really great book for coaches that are going to do individual training sessions. I think honestly, those are mostly focused on technique and preseason is a lot of fitness stuff, ball work, things like that. But we can still get the elements of tactics into our individual training sessions. The game isn't static; it's constantly moving, and it doesn't matter what you teach them if you can't have them be able to execute that within a tactical setting. So I think this book does a really great job of bringing those concepts to life. And I think this session will as well. We're going to teach individual defending here. We're going to teach positioning and tactics. It's not so much time on the ball, but defending is an art. It's an art form. It's about recognizing various situations and how you've played in these situations before and how you'll address them in the future. And that's really what this session is going to get into. So our first thing we got here is a drill I've set up using the Academy Sports Coach. I love the new feature that we can just click it and pop right in the screen, especially using a touchscreen computer. Love it. It's really great. And I've made all of the diagrams and things like that a little more detailed. So what we got here is we got two coaches or players, depending on what you're doing, here at the top of this grid. And we have three mannequins here representing the midfield, and maybe this is the striker here. And what we've got is our one defending player looking through these channels here and trying to make sure that they are defending this player right here. So we'll start this off with the coaches passing the ball back and forth to move this player. And they're going to constantly be adjusting. And what they really should be coaching here is looking for, their body shape. They're checking their shoulder. They're looking to create a line between the target, their belly button, and the ball. Okay, so at any single point, they're able to intercept any pass, and they're blocking this passing lane. So what you've got the player now looking for is, hey, it's not just the ball goes here, I follow it, the ball goes here, I follow it, but finding those appropriate angles to shut off the passing lane. Now, a lot of defending, we talk about, hey, ball comes to this guy, can you defend him? Well, in this, we're talking about preventative defending it and making sure that the ball isn't able to advance, and maybe we can, best case scenario, we win the ball, but in just regular scenario is we push them negative and don't allow them to break the line. So again, these coaches or players are passing back and forth. This player's adjusting. If they think they can get there, this player plays quickly and tries to find that pass to the striker, and this player tries to intercept it. Now we can up the ante here. We can now make it, if the pass goes to one of these players, maybe this player has to step and go, and we can add, here's that new little feature, maybe add a small goal here. So when the player, instead of just worrying about those passing lanes, they can recognize, hey, this is a different situation. It's not going to the passing lane. It's going to step this player. They take it, take a touch, and try to score. We can even add a little bit of recovery here where we have a lot of blue, orange, and red. We'll put red, put orange, we'll put blue. And while these coaches are passing back and forth, they'll call it a color. This player has to run, touch the mannequin, and then instantly try to recover into a position so that, hey, this is we step to the ball, they force negative. Now they're trying to play through on a give and go or a back and forward pass. You're going to have this player touch the orange cone, pass comes through. This guy is going to try to pass here, and he's going to try to get into the recovery mode to, again, find that line, mannequin, belly button, ball, and find that positioning. All right, so we move on from here. We'll move our mannequin to the side to having a coach or a player here. That one, move a guy here. Move our mannequins off, our cones off, and we're going to move it to just the coaches passing back and forth. Now, instead of a static target man, this guy can be constantly moving. Okay, so we'll have the defender in the middle, and all the passes obviously have to be on the ground. It's hard enough, but to make it so they can chip over here would be really difficult. So we've got our player here in the middle, and what they're doing is they're constantly monitoring this player. Okay, they're staying. If we have to, we can set up a little bit of like a grid here where they can't leave the grid, so it's more the spatial defending rather than just man marking this guy here. But playing within this, basically in the middle channel, this guy goes over here. he checks his shoulder, make sure he's got a way to disrupt this passing lane, not making it easy for this player to make a pass across. All right. So again, we can move this closer, move this further away, depending on what the player needs. But he's moving within this area, constantly checking his shoulder and looking to make sure that this pass is not an easy one. He can't get through because he's blocking that passing lane. All right. We move on from here to where we'll have goals. Put some goals in here. Goals here in the corner. All right. We'll turn our guy around here. Change the colors. Don't need him anymore. Get rid of this guy. Turn him around. So we'll do two coaches here. And we'll bring our mannequins back in. Okay. So one here, one here, one here. All right. And now we're going to add a number of individual things we were talking about before. Maybe we have these guys passing back and forth. Maybe we have one guy up here to start. A lot of different things you can do here. So what we've got is our defenders defending in this space, in between these two lines, the midfield line here, and maybe our strikers here. So we can do a couple of things out of this one. What we can do is we can have the one guy in here, and he's constantly just moving around, trying to find angles. And wherever the ball goes, this player goes. So if he goes short, he comes up, presses it, and tries to dribble out here. If he goes to goal, there's two goals, almost like the single mannequin here. He's trying to defend the passing lanes. So he comes over here. He's going to cut the passing lane off here. As he goes back over here, he's going to try to cut the passing lane over here. Plays short. He presses it and goes. Tries to meet it at contact. One thing we really want to focus on is here. If we can meet at contact, that's what we want. When the player's making their first touch, that's when they're most vulnerable. If this player can take 2-3 touches, you're over here, turn, and get facing goal. We don't want this player then to press because they're going to have what's called a flyby, where this player is going to come in full head of steam. This player's going to take a little touch, and this player's going to fly right by them. So really working on talking about, hey, can we time this up when they play short? You know, we're working. We don't want to let them break a line, but if the ball's played short in front of us, we want to press, break on it, and try to meet it at point of contact off that first touch, not allowing them to turn. Next, we can add two players here. So these guys are passing back and forth. Similar to the first drill, we got our guy moving back and forth. They play short, he checks. If not, he breaks up the passing lanes. All right. Next stage we can do is we can have these players pass back and forth. And at a certain point, maybe coach blows a whistle. We can have one of these players enter the field and try to dribble. Okay. Then this player is going to step up. All right. There's two options here. They can play this goal or this goal. So what we're really looking for is, hey, how do we make this a lowest percentage shot as possible? How do we push them into, or maybe one of their own mannequins, maybe push them towards one of the touch lines, funnel them into a lower percentage shot. So here we can do a lot of things where we're talking about, hey, listen, you're going to be down a man, 2v1. You're going to have a guy at the top of the box. There's going to be situations where, hey, there's no perfect situation where you're going to win this ball and cut off the passing lane. And what you need to do is just make this as low percentage shot as possible, such as like if our guy's here dribbling at us, we want to funnel him into touch. So if he's going to get a shot off, it's going to be he's going to turn his hips on his left foot. Take away as much space as possible, make this as low angle shot as possible. So here again, we're bringing all those elements together of cutting off passing lanes, pressing on the ball, breaking on the ball, getting our belly button, the line between our belly button and the ball and the goal set up here. And then you're reacting to situations. So here we're kind of playing back and forth. All right, ball breaks, it's on us. Now how do we adjust? We're in a bad situation. How do we make this as low percentage as possible? So overall, yeah, I think it's a really great session for individual defenders. You could have 1, 2, 3 guys out for this session and still make it a really effective. 3 might be the optimal number, honestly, with 2 other players playing as coaches and then just rotating. So they're seeing it from the offensive and the defensive side of the ball and getting a really good idea of how these things look on both ends. It's helpful as a defender to play a striker, to play as a striker, so that you kind of get a feel for what the striker sees when they're coming at you, so you can make those adjustments from both sides. I'm going to put this in both the book and our question in the description below. But I just want to hear from you guys and let us know what individual defending drills do you guys use. I think there's a ton of offensive things that you talk about, a million different cones and things like that. But defending, like I said, it's an art form, and I haven't seen a lot of great individual defending drills until I checked out this book we have here, Individual Defending, which again I'll put in the description below for this video. My name is Matt Carroll for World Class Coaching and Health Academy Sports Coach. Thanks for checking the session out.